Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome back to the stream. We are returning for the end of Rayman Origins, I believe. I like how as soon as I turn the stream, I drop 1% off. That's fun. But yes, we are returning to finish Rayman. I don't think it'll go on for too much longer, so honestly, this could just be a short ass stream. I'll try to at least make it last an hour if we don't make it there on its own. So, let us get started. Oh, why did you do that? Steam just decided, why not? Crash. Just why not do that? I know it's not what we're using to do the thing, but I would like it if it hadn't crashed just in general, really. So hold on. We're gonna have to stop and wait and wait and wait and wait. I mostly use Steam to cover up things, so like fucking they don't pick up on Streamlabs. So hold up while that is happening. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. Now we're actually moving to the game. I have to. Oh shit. That away. That away. Check this. There. Alright, now let me get the cord and attach it to my fucking computer. Because when I charge my headphones, I always forget to plug the fucking controller back in. Alright. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Conversations that should not be overheard happened. Which is why part 3 of Rayman Origins isn't up yet, because it's still fucking sitting through the YouTube editor. Alright. Now, last time when I did this, I got a bit pissed, a bit peeved, if you will. I slightly apologize, only because, like, I really don't understand how these run sections are, like, meant to be done, because they're designed in a way where they, like, want you to figure out, like, the timings and how it works, but, like, for this one, if, like, they don't come down to, like, together, then it becomes a real pain in the ass to try, because you're essentially trying to go off timing that, like, isn't there, or, like, that's fucked up, because see? Kind of like that. If you don't approach it the exact time the game wants you to, everything gets thrown off, because these platforms come down at a specific point on, like, the screen. And if you're not there, oh boy, does the game not really like that. See, like that. Now it's fucked timing. See? Although since I got used to it last stream, I should be slightly better. Well, only really better doing it the parts that we were at. Well, this isn't gonna go well. Yeah, right there. Yeah. So, this could take us a hot second, honestly. I don't even know what's past this. It could be fucking anything. And then I spin right there just to make sure it happens. And should you, like, out of sync time the platforms with each other, you're screwed. And this is why this section specifically doesn't work. Just because of how specific the timing is, why the platforms wanting you to approach them. And the weirdest part of it is that it probably wouldn't be that hard if you were allowed to wait at that platform for the wall jump to get to you. But literally as soon as you hit that platform, he goes up, and the camera follows him, so you're immediately, like, pushed out of frame should you even try that. Which is why I'm currently not waiting for it to happen. And then that's a mystery to me. Because if you do that the exact timing like I might need to slow down, okay. We'll try a different timing. It's just always so weird. And then that can happen sometimes, which is strange. Okay. And then sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if your timing is even off to begin with. Because a lot of the times, it doesn't even seem like I approach that platform any later than what I always do. And then sometimes it's just that anyways. And I think the problem with that platform there is that it's part of, like, a loaded set. So, like, after you reach a part of a screen where you get to that first platform and you have to jump, like, through the saw blades, and onto, like, that platform. It's like, those are all part of a set that are, like, clearly loaded in together when they hit the screen. So, like, yeah, this set right here. Like, those 4 objects are loaded in at, like, the same time. But the wall jump isn't. Meaning that you load that set in before you ever load the wall jump in. So if you don't make it there within a very specific timing the game would like you to, it'll load your platform in first, and then it'll load that in after the fact. And then you could have, like, this severe problem of, like, congrats, you loaded the wall jump too soon later, and now there's no way to reach it. Which is what I think the main problem there is. It's just, like, it's just, it's impossible. So, yeah, that's just what I was pissed about yesterday. Because, like, the timing on that, like, makes, like, no sense. I've only ever managed to get past it, like, a few times. I understand a little bit more about some of these timings. Okay, hold on. I want to try an experiment. Because if this is the reason why I'm fucking up, I'm gonna have to hand out an apology. Because it might not have occurred to me. And it only really occurred to me now, both because I am of a calmer mindset and I'm actually, like, looking at things here. Oh. No kidding. Ooh. Okay. No kidding. Okay, I get it. I actually get it. Okay, you know what? I apologize. I didn't understand that this game works with running in the sense that if you run and hold the direction, no matter where the wall is, whether it's upside down or you're going sideways, as long as you always hold run in the right direction, you always run the exact path no matter what. Which is not something the game's really that clear on, in my defense. So it wasn't something that really came to mind till, well, just now. So, I do kind of apologize. Well, I still think the previous problem of the loaded set being, like, not both it and the wall jump is also kind of a problem. I do apologize for my lack of understanding, like, the actual, like, wall running mechanic. So, both parts my problem and the game's problem, honestly. Like, now that I know that, this has become a lot better. Yeah. That was strange. The momentum I had just completely flew past, like, the vent I was supposed to take. Alright. Equal parts my problem and the game's problem. I do apologize. But, I do also think the game should communicate that part of the mechanic a bit better. Because without knowing, you'd try to match your, like, control stick to, like, the thing. And second, another like kind of mechanic that's not great is that sometimes if you land just the wrong way, Rayman needs to take that little, like, jog run up to, like, go, like, run up walls or some shit. It's kinda stupid, in my opinion. Like, there's no real reason to have it there as, like, a thing that, like, stops you before you run. So I don't agree with its inclusion. Not only does it fuck up the game's timing, because the game has to force Rayman to stop, like, charge up a run, then run, forcing everything to happen and fuck up because the timings are now wrong. That, I don't know why it's here. You can't stop running through this entire part, by the way. It's, like, infeasible. Yeah, now I know that that mechanic exists, I know this better. I kind of thought the wall jump happened slightly earlier than it was actually going to, so my bad on that. Alright. That one I just don't like, because jumping over it... Hold on, let's actually try. Before I, like, assume out of a pure baseline of stubbornness. Let's see. Alright, not bad, actually. That is still kind of a hard part to navigate. Because you don't exactly reach that point. Yeah. I'm understanding it better. With a calmer mindset, I am understanding it better. That's just how it is, though. Okay, my bad, my bad. I was not understanding that. Ultimately, I think just the reason why I don't kind of like these run sections, other than sometimes the timing mishaps that can just happen, is, it's just kind of because I just, not really my style of things. Like, they're, like, fun, but they require a lot more trial and error than I'm really comfortable with. Because sometimes it's a ridiculous level of, like, fucking... That's, see, right, kind of like right there. If you do not get things, like, exactly right, that's kind of it. I think it's what I don't like in these run levels specifically, is just, you're fucked. Like, you slow down here or there, mess up a timing here or there, that's it, you're just fucked. Because you didn't do it exactly the way that the exact level was exactly designed. So therefore, you just fuck up and die. Because these have way more trial and error than they should. I didn't even jump! And then you also have the trial and error, which is
not fun either. Because, like I said, it is also a ridiculous amount of trial and error to, like, the point where the game is just kind of beating you with a fucking blunt mallet, like, the timing and everything that it's... Brought it back from the edge? Not really. Yeah, this level, despite like knowing it a bit better, this level still sucks ass. It's just like, why? Why? It's cool. I like it. Like the idea of it's not bad, but like the execution is so back asswards that it just doesn't. Game. Thank God. Okay. That level still sucks ass pretty much. Alright. That's not fair. Whew, that was interesting. I don't really want to touch the bombs because I'm not particularly a fan of having to dodge the after fact of the bomb. Which is funny because I don't think they had that last time. Well, like, no, what I mean by last time is that, like, before, like, the bomb started to do that, I don't remember them doing that to begin with. Just remember them being an explosion that you kind of wanted to avoid. Not really, like, that. Okay, but I understand them a bit better. Okay. Okay. I just kind of had to understand it more. Oh. Oh my god. This is insanity. Okay. Alright. Okay, what's happening now? Just more or less checkpoint section. Okay. Or you know. Well, of course that would get me. The innocuous fly circling the bomb that was way out of rotation. It's how it is. But that was insanity. Pure fucking insanity. I was about to say, am I gonna catch up with them? Sorry about that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Hmm. Alright. Ding. Oh, look, he's not even there anymore. I got at least one. Alright. Alright, okay. So, here it is. Here are my thoughts about the game. So, in all fairness to the game, after having, like, time to calm down, time to think, here's where you trust my word about what I think about a game. So, I thought it was fun. I actually really did enjoy Rayman Origins. I really did. I liked the platforming aspects. I liked the worlds, the stuff, you know. It was all really fun. Once, you know, I got used to the game and learned how to do more about it. I really did like it. There are a few things that I didn't think were that, like, great. The running sections in this game could use a bit more forethought. Or, not forethought, but just kind of, like, polishing. Because a lot of them kind of require, like, exact timing, and they're not that long. Let me rephrase. Or let me say. The running sections aren't long, but sometimes you can just kind of get hung up on, like, some things or any, like, specific things that can happen to you, or maybe you timed something even the slightest bit wrong and you just die. You fuck up and that's it, you try again. And that's kind of what I didn't enjoy, was like, you could not make up for any amount of time if you wanted. It was literally just, you would fall, you would die. That's it. You would fuck up, you would die. The slightest miscount, you would die. And that was it. And that's kind of what I just didn't like about the running sections. and they're not long. So honestly, this is a very, very minor criticism in all regards. It's very small, but sometimes they cannot be like fun. They can be really frustrating sometimes. But they're short, which is I think what helps it not be as bad as it could be. You know. Overall, the game looks good. It played good for the most part. There are a few things that you kind of like fuck up here and there. It's kind of like, come on. As I said before, sometimes it doesn't feel like your fault. Sometimes it just feels like you slipped or you went the wrong way slightly and you just die. But the game is quick to put you back into the action. It doesn't take that long to just get right back into it, which is, you know, I guess that kind of balances itself out in the end. I kind of wish there was just more of a story than stuff happened the game. Like, Rayman 2. Like, Rayman 1 was a nice, fun platformer with a very simple story of a good guy killing a bad guy, kind of a thing. Which is all it really needed, to be fair. It was a fun platformer that had its real rough moments, to be honest. But, you know, it was just simple, and that was it. Rayman 2, it hit more with the environment, the story, and stuff like that, and it made it like this weird kind of mythical, like, feel to some of it. Like, where you find Pelocus, where you always get the masks and stuff like that. And that was genuinely fun to actually play and go through. Sometimes the camera in that game wasn't the best. You could move the camera, but very limitedly. If there was one gripe I had about the game, it was just the camera was real bad. And, could have been better. Rayman 3, I know this is like a retrospective, but let me just get it out here, you know? Rayman 3 was, like, I liked the areas you went to. I liked, I kind of liked the platforming, but everything else just kind of felt flat to me. The story was non-existent. The story was more just a vessel for he who funny to happen. And that wouldn't be bad, but just a lot of the humor in the game just doesn't really land to me. So it's just more like, no story this time, just he who funny. And a lot of it is just stuff happens the game. It's like, we go to get Glowbox to several doctors, and then the game ends shortly after. Like, what? It's stuff happens, the game's not that long, and it ends with a fine boss fight. It's fine. And then here, in Rayman Origins, it's kind of even more just stuff happens. You know? You literally start the game off by being, like, imprisoned because the land of the living dead wanted you to shut up. And then from there, you're just kind of doing things. Like, there's no explanation to a lot of it, and it kind of just happens. And that's fine. You don't need, like, a lot of exposition or explanation for what's going on or how the game works. You don't need that. Let me be clear about that. You don't need that. However, the problem is, here, just, what is this story? Presumably you get beaten up and caged up by the land of the living dead, who then just kind of backs off, yeah? And then you go throughout the rest of the game doing something. It's not really clear why you're really doing any of it. And then when you get to the storm, the fairies, or whatever they're called, I don't actually know what they're called. I could be wrong about that, but the fairies, I'll call them for now, then just tell you to go back, do it again. They need energy from, like, the kings of the land, which, okay. So you do that, so you go back, do kind of things again, and then you fight the final boss, who's, like, the magician guy, and then you win, and then it's like, what the fuck just happened? There's, like, I just don't know. I liked the game. It's a fun platformer. It's fun things to do. My only real nitpick is that I wasn't really into getting the Electoons because they required all sorts of things to just get, so which is likely why I'm not 100%ing it. Yeah. Rayman 2, if you want to know my ranking so far, it's Rayman 2, Rayman 1, Rayman Origins, and then Rayman 3. That's how it's ranked so far. We'll actually have to play Legends if you want to know what my ranking about that is. But that has been my view of these games overall. And like I said, I did really have a fun time with Legends. I really did. Or not Legends, Origins, sorry. I really did have a fun time with Origins. Wasn't bad. It was mostly a good platformer. I wish there was more of a tentative story than just... Is tentative even the right word? Let me rephrase that. I wish there was kind of like more of an active story than just kind of like you just did shit cuz, I guess. Maybe it's my fault for not being able to understand about more what was happening, but it just felt like you got captured by the land of the living dead to shut up, and then you just did stuff until the fairies suddenly gave you a job to do. Because despite the fact the Land of the Living Dead started it, and that the Land of the Living Dead stuff is kind of like everywhere throughout the levels, it doesn't really feel like they're playing an active role in stuff. It's just kind of like, this thing happened, so now, like, you know, some stuff is acting up, and it's kind of it. And then you just have the magician guy as the villain. None of it made that much sense to me, honestly. I just wish there was kind of more of a coherent story, I guess, is more of what it was. Which, you know, in the last stream, I heard that they were looking for that. Or that they were going to do that, which would have been nice. So that's what I think about the Rayman games so far. I've liked playing them. They're fun. They really are. They're fun platformers, except for maybe 3. But, I have enjoyed myself. I really have. We'll just go through the credits. It might be close to over. Our family taking us back when we finally... Okay. It took me a second to read that because my brain, but anyways. Yeah, that's what that have been my solid thoughts on these games so far. I hear Legends fixes some stuff up, so you know what, we'll really have to see about that, but I am looking forward to the next game. And then we'll actually finally be done with Rayman. I really wish that they did more with the character, honestly. And you know what? For a fucking around stream, we might just... We might take a look at, like, Rayman Raving Rabbids on the way. Just for the fuck of it. You know? Just because, like, I did slightly grow up with that game. So I do kind of want to go back to it just for the fuck of it. So we'll definitely see about that. Not what I was expecting. Is it just that it's... Interesting. But yeah. Sorry, I was just checking out something on Discord. But yeah. I am genuinely excited to see more. We are totally not 100%ing this because I don't have the will nor want to actually do it. Which, knowing me, that's surprising, but I don't want to have to go through the time trial stuff and whatnot. I mean, they're consistent with replacing the host with elections, which... Alright. Didn't expect these credits to be nearly this long, you know? Bum bum, bum bum. The soundtrack of this game is also pretty good. I will admit that. I really did like the soundtrack of this game. It was very nice. It was very fun to listen to. Very good. I didn't even notice the clouds move. Digging this tune, really, honestly. But yeah. Cheers to this game. I mean, I want to give the game its due credit, but like, it's going on. I don't really know what to do with the time I've been given. Especially since I can't really interact with anything. Okay, I like being able to interact in like the title screen. But if you're going to do that, you should perhaps have something to interact with. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Sorry. I zoned out for like a hot second there. Where do these credits actually end, though? It seems like they're ending right there. Fair? Fair? Blink video. Back to the Glade of Dreams. It's not a bad count of electins having gotten. Let's actually check out the snoring tree here. Oh, I suppose I did get 2 more teeth. Rayman teensy. Okay. Let's just see what we have gotten. I guess that's Dark Rayman. Those aren't bad. Alright. Alright. What was the... What did you need, max total for, I could have just gone up or whatever. What did you need max total for the one here? 200. You need 200 lums in order to get all the skull teeth. Which I think that's literally just short of 100%. Nah, 50. But it is kind of just short. Yeah. Alright. So, I don't have anything planned after the fact, so we're actually just going to call it here. Short stream, I am aware, and I know we barely just got to an hour, but it's going to be what it has to be. So, I thank anyone that came to this stream, or who's watching the VODs. That does help. Does help indeed, and I like the support. So, tomorrow is my day off. We won't be doing anything. But then, Thursday and Friday, I'll be streaming Battle for Bikini Bottom. We can finally get that going, because that's been on delay for a hot minute now. And then after Origins, we're just going to play Legends, and that'll actually be it. But, anyways, thanks all who came along. Follow my Twitter, YouTube, or Discord. Either one keeps you updated on the same shit. So pick one and, enjoy it. Or you can do all three. I really don't care. But until next stream, I have been Niya Wyrm, and I shall dive back into the depths where I belong. Bye.